Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Team Gohan Fighter back with another video, and again, this is another talk um, topic, basically, and I want to talk about something, about names. We all know names to identify characters, and this is going to be kind of the debate talk, basically, of the day. Um, so here's the thing. Um, we all know that, well, most people probably know. I just found out about it recently. I'm already like halfway through the original English dub of Sailor Moon right now. I'm actually into season 3 already. Now, but I want to talk about something that is really edgy to a lot of people these days, especially a lot of probably Sailor Moon fans, most importantly, about the recent new dub with the original Japanese names as well as other characters that's names have been changed throughout American and Canada and all those other places that decide to change names for dubs. Now, some of them don't really get that received that good, but that's mainly because the show probably sucks. But that's for another time, another place. But well, what am I looking for right now? Basically, so I hear a lot of new people as well as even older fans of Sailor Moon complain about the names of the characters that were displayed in the original dub of Sailor Moon. Um, that they changed it and that was wrong in every level, yada yada yada. I hear people bitch about Serena's name being changed, or I'm sorry, Sailor Moon's name being changed to Serena, and all the other people's names that were changed in the dub. Over the her original Japanese name, I believe Yusuke. I probably said it wrong, but again, I'm not good at Japanese pronunciation. But, um, anywho, I see a lot of comments on it because I watch probably too many videos. Like when I'm not making YouTube videos or I'm like not working or not doing like something significant, I'll go on YouTube and I'll watch videos. Because that's the point really of YouTube is watching videos, not just making videos. So I see comments all the time about this topic. And and they even bring 4 kids into this issue. And a lot of the people that talk about this stuff don't really know what they're talking about. They really don't. Um, them changing their names wasn't a big deal in the 90s. And here's why. In the 90s, it was a lot different than it is today. Um, a lot of people didn't understand that type of culture. Also, Sailor Moon was being built as a kid show, and well, kids are gonna probably have a hard time pronouncing Japanese names. Um, so that's why they changed it. Um, Now people are gonna be like, well, that's not cool. That's against culture and stuff like that. But you do realize that there are American shows that go to Japan and they pretty much do the same thing. So it's not really a really big issue in that type of sense. Um, but you know what really pisses me off the most is these same people that bitch about Sailor Moon's name being changed are the same people that will be all right with Ash Ketchum's name being Ash. When newsflash, Ash's real name is Shitoshi in Japan. If you actually care to look up, uh, his real name in Japan is Shitoshi Ketchum. Why Shitoshi Ketchum? Because, well, the original creator of Pokemon, the person who actually made the concept and pitched it to Nintendo, which is why Nintendo owns it, because like he made the series and then like kind of passed it on to Nintendo because it was originally supposed to be a video game. Um, when Shitoshi was making these designs of these characters, um, he, pitched it to the Nintendo, and it eventually became a game success, a video game success. And then a couple years later, Nintendo decided to make an anime adaptation of the video games. Now, Nintendo decided to create a character, a main character, whose name was going to be Shitoshi. Well, it was Shitoshi. I should say the his first name was going to be called Shitoshi in honor of the original creator of Pokemon. They were naming the main character. Nintendo was naming basically the main character after Shitoshi. Um, then a year later, when the anime got to the or Pokemon in general, because the games didn't come until after the anime came here in America. Um, in the anime, they decided, well, we can't call him Shitoshi because people are not going to understand that. So they called him Ash, and that's mainly because the letter A and then a letter S and then a letter H appears in the name Shitoshi. So they were like, oh, we'll just use that. We use those three words and make it into a name called Ash. So yeah, Ash Ketchum's name. Well then, and obviously, 4Kids eventually, lost the rights in 2006. But Nintendo just continued on with the series, and so Ash's name stayed as Ash here in America. Um, and it is officially his English canon name. Um, but his official name is Shitoshi in Japan. But here's the thing: people bitch about Serena, but they don't bitch about Ash. That's one thing that I don't get. Is like, okay, you bitch about a character that's name was changed, but you don't bitch about another character's that name was changed. Um, Also, another one, Astro Boy. Astro Boy was a anime from the 60s, created in the 50s by Japan, brought over here to America in the early 60s. And his real name was translated as the Mighty Atom. That was what his name was translated from Japan, was the Mighty Atom. But here in America, they decided to call him Astro Boy instead. And it's been Astro Boy here in America ever since. Even when they made the 2003 remake anime, his name was still Astro Boy here in America, not the Mighty Atom. So what I'm basically trying to get at is, oh yeah, basically I'm trying to get at is no one complained about Astro Boy. No one complains about Astro Boy. No one complains about Ash. Why are people complaining about Serena? Is what I don't get. Why are you guys really complaining about it? You guys don't complain about Ash. You guys don't complain about Astro Boy, but you guys bitch about uh the Sailor Scouts being, or soldiers, or season 3 they were. So far, I've noticed that they're calling them soldiers now. In the season 3. But yeah. What are you guys really bitching about? Like seriously, and I'm sure there are other ones too. I'm sure this is not all where they've changed them. Also, another thing I want to bring up: there are a lot of people that comment that Sailor Moon original dub was Americanized, but you really can't say it was Americanized because guess what? It was dubbed in Canada. So, can you really say it was Americanized? Because it was really Canadianized because, well, it was made in Canada. Or the dub was made in Canada. So, yeah, that's another thing that really pisses me off because I hear people say, oh, it was Americanized when it wasn't made in America. It was made in Canada and just aired in America. It was not, it was not to be. um, yeah. So that's my little gripe with this discussion. Um, you know, people want to call them Serena. I don't think it's a big issue because, like I said, people still call people Ash. They still call him Ash no matter what. Um, I mean, we all love the "It's over 9,000" quote as much as I do, but it's really over 8,000 in the Japanese dub. We got T-shirts for "It's over 9,000." I got a 9,000 T-shirt, like but guess what? In Japan, it's 8,000. In the manga, it's 8,000. You know, and no one bitches about 9,000. Well, except for Kaitards. Um, except for Kaitards. Um, yeah. So yeah, what's really the big issue? Like, call him Serena, call him Serena, call him UK, call him UK. I think Ray's name is the same name. It's just they spelled it different or something. The pronunciation's still the same. Um, all the other people, I don't know who else has changed. I haven't watched the new dub. I've only watched the old dub so far, which, by the way, I do think is very good. With the exception of some little minor things that were done, make it just seem kind of whatever. But yeah, who really cares? Is basically what I'm trying to get at. Names are changed, but at the end of the day, did it real? This is my point. At the end of the day, did their names being changed really prevent you from watching it? That's really the big question you guys got to answer. Did it stop you from watching the show? Is really what I'm trying to get at. Because if it didn't, then it really doesn't matter because you were going to watch it irregardless. So really, it didn't matter at the end of the day whether they changed the name or not. Because in the end of the day, you still watched it, you still enjoyed it, and I don't think the name really mattered. Especially if you were a person that watched it when I was watching like Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. You didn't like see like, oh well, question that, or you weren't ever questioning it unless you were some goddamn adult. You weren't questioning it as a kid. I wasn't questioning things that they did in Dragon Ball Z. So why are you guys questioning things that they did in Sailor Moon that were altered? If you enjoyed the anime, the way they did it, then you should have no issue with it. You really shouldn't. You shouldn't have an issue with the changes, and we shouldn't really have an issue with people calling her still Serenity because some people just either are all right with calling her that because I mean a lot of people are. I'm pretty sure most fans know that her real name isn't Serenity, considering the fact that season 3, the couple of episodes I watched of season 3 already, they had like credits like come down and they actually show Serena's real name like in the credits. Like they actually say Sailor Moon or whatever, and then they show like her real actual Japanese name like down in the credits for season 3 and shit like that. Um, they did a horrible job with the season 3 opening because like the opening is awesome, but it doesn't match up with. it doesn't match it up with it. Like they kind of like changed it because I guess Deke lost it, and then he went to another company, and they kept they got the licensings to the season 1 and season 2 theme song, but then like they kind of just like put it over the the highlights from the like what is it the highlights from the Japanese one or whatever, which was just really cheesy in my opinion. Um, that's just what I think. It was just really cheesy on their part. They should have tried to actually make better highlights for the theme because that just looked whatever. So yeah, that's what I have to say on this topic. You know, enjoy it for what it is, and name really shouldn't have like stopped you from watching it. And like I said, you guys don't complain about Ash or Astro Boy, so why complain about Serena being Sailor Moon? That's what I have to say. That's the end of this video. Comment, rate, let me know what you guys think down below, and that's about it. Also, if there's any other characters that I may have forgotten that their real Japanese name was altered in America, dub, or English or Canada or whatever, dub. Let me know down in the comment section below. Um, you know, and let me know what you guys think about this issue. And that's about it. I am Team Go On Fighter, and I'm out of here. Peace.